The National Electrical Code does not specify a maximum main amperage for panels with 20 or 30 amp snap switches. It does require that the main overcurrent protective device be sized to protect the smallest ungrounded conductor in the system. In the case of installing a 400 amp service, the main overcurrent protective device must be rated for 400 amps. Therefore, it is not permissible to use two 200 amp panels protected by a 200 amp main, as this would violate the National Electrical Code requirement. Instead, use a single 400 amp panel protected by a 400 amp main circuit breaker. Within the 400 amp panel, 20 or 30 amp snap switches can be installed as needed. However, the circuit breakers protecting these switches must be rated for the same amperage as the switches. For a church building, install a 400 amp service with a single 400 amp panel. The panel can accommodate 20 or 30 amp snap switches, but each switch must be protected by a circuit breaker of the same amperage. When dealing with electrical installations, understanding the National Electrical Code is crucial for safety and compliance. Let's delve into the specifics of service panel configurations and overcurrent protection, especially in the context of a 400 amp service. The main objective of the National Electrical Code is to safeguard people and property from hazards arising from the use of electricity. It provides comprehensive standards for electrical wiring, overcurrent protection, grounding, and equipment installation. While the National Electrical Code doesn't impose a maximum main amperage based solely on the presence of 20 or 30 amp snap switches, it emphasizes the critical role of overcurrent protection. Overcurrent protection devices, like circuit breakers and fuses, are designed to interrupt the flow of electricity when a fault or overload condition occurs. This prevents overheating, fire, and potential equipment damage. The National Electrical Code mandates that the main overcurrent protective device be sized appropriately to protect the smallest ungrounded conductor in the system. This ensures that the wiring is protected from excessive current regardless of the specific loads connected to the panel. Considering a scenario where a 400 amp service is being installed, the main overcurrent protective device must have a rating of 400 amps. This protects the service entrance conductors and the main panel from overloads. Using two 200 amp panels, each with a 200 amp main breaker, is not compliant with the National Electrical Code. The code requires a single overcurrent protective device to match the service size. A 400 amp panel with a 400 amp main breaker satisfies this requirement. Within the 400 amp panel, individual branch circuits can be configured to serve various loads, including lighting circuits with 20 or 30 amp snap switches. Each branch circuit must have its own overcurrent protection, sized to match the ampacity of the branch circuit conductors and the rating of the connected devices. For example, a lighting circuit wired with 12 American wire gauge copper conductors, which typically has an ampacity of 20 amps, should be protected by a 20 amp circuit breaker. Similarly, a circuit with 10 American wire gauge copper conductors, usually with an ampacity of 30 amps, should have a 30 amp breaker. The snap switches used on these circuits must also have a rating equal to or greater than the circuit breaker. In the context of a church building where various lighting and receptacle circuits are needed, a 400 amp panel provides ample capacity for expansion and future needs. It is essential to calculate the total load of the building to ensure that the panel has sufficient capacity. This calculation involves determining the demand factors for different types of loads, such as lighting, receptacles, heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. The National Electrical Code provides guidance on how to perform these load calculations. Once the total load is determined, select a panel with a capacity that meets or exceeds the calculated load. This ensures that the panel will not be overloaded under normal operating conditions. When installing a 400 amp service, several factors must be taken into consideration. Firstly, the service entrance conductors must be sized appropriately to carry the 400 amp load. Secondly, the grounding system must be installed in accordance with the National Electrical Code requirements. Thirdly, the panel must be properly labeled with the voltage, amperage, and other relevant information. In addition to the National Electrical Code, local codes and regulations may also apply to electrical installations. It is important to consult with a qualified electrical inspector to ensure that the installation meets all applicable requirements. Proper planning and execution are crucial for a safe and reliable electrical system. Ensure that all work is performed by qualified electricians who are familiar with the National Electrical Code and local regulations. Double-check all connections and make sure that all equipment is properly grounded. Following these guidelines will help to ensure a safe and code-compliant electrical installation. Remember, electricity can be dangerous, so it's always best to err on the side of caution. Understanding the National Electrical Code is an ongoing process. Stay up to date with the latest revisions and interpretations to ensure that your electrical installations are safe and compliant. The National Electrical Code is a living document that is constantly evolving to reflect new technologies and best practices. By staying informed and following the code, you can help to protect people and property from electrical hazards. When designing and installing electrical systems, always prioritize safety. Take the time to understand the code requirements and follow them carefully. A well-designed and properly installed electrical system is an investment in the safety and reliability of your property. In summary, when installing a 400 amp service, a single 400 amp panel with a 400 amp main breaker is required. Branch circuits within the panel must be protected by circuit breakers sized appropriately for the conductors and connected devices. The National Electrical Code provides comprehensive guidance on electrical installations, and it is essential to follow the code to ensure safety and compliance. Remember to consult with a qualified electrician and electrical inspector to ensure that your installation meets all applicable requirements. This careful approach guarantees a safe and reliable electrical system for the building. Furthermore, specific attention needs to be paid to the selection of the overcurrent protection devices. Circuit breakers are generally preferred for their ability to be reset after a fault, while fuses offer a one-time protection. The choice between the two often depends on the specific application and local preferences. Regardless of the type of overcurrent protection device used, it must have an interrupting rating sufficient to handle the available fault current at the service entrance. The interrupting rating is the maximum amount of current that the device can safely interrupt without failing. A failure to select a device with an adequate interrupting rating can result in a catastrophic failure during a fault, potentially causing significant damage and injury. Moreover, the grounding system for a 400 amp service must be robust and properly installed. The grounding system provides a low impedance path for fault current to return to the source, allowing the overcurrent protection device to trip and clear the fault. The grounding system typically consists of a grounding electrode, such as a ground rod or ground plate connected to the service neutral and the equipment grounding conductors. The equipment grounding conductors run with the circuit conductors and connect to the metal enclosures of electrical equipment, providing a path for fault current to return to the source. The National Electrical Code specifies the minimum size and type of grounding conductors required for different service sizes. It is important to follow these requirements carefully to ensure an effective grounding system. In addition to the grounding electrode and equipment grounding conductors, a bonding system is also required to connect all metal parts of the electrical system together, such as metal conduits, metal enclosures, and metal water pipes. The bonding system ensures that all metal parts are at the same potential, reducing the risk of electric shock. The National Electrical Code provides detailed requirements for bonding, including the size and type of bonding conductors required. The installation of a 400 amp service also requires careful attention to the working space around the electrical equipment. The National Electrical Code specifies minimum clearances around electrical equipment to allow for safe access and maintenance. These clearances vary depending on the voltage of the equipment and the presence of exposed live parts. It is important to maintain these clearances to ensure that electricians can safely work on the equipment without being exposed to electrical hazards. In addition to the working space clearances, the National Electrical Code also specifies requirements for the lighting and ventilation in electrical rooms. Adequate lighting is essential for safe and efficient work, and proper ventilation is necessary to prevent overheating of the equipment. The National Electrical Code provides guidance on the minimum lighting levels and ventilation requirements for electrical rooms. The selection and installation of a 400 amp service requires a thorough understanding of the National Electrical Code and local regulations. It is important to consult with qualified professionals to ensure that the installation is safe, reliable, and compliant. A well-designed and properly installed 400 amp service will provide many years of reliable service and ensure the safety of the building occupants. Lastly, when considering the application of snap switches within the 400 amp panel, it is crucial to ensure that these switches are appropriately rated for the voltage and current they will be handling. Snap switches are commonly used for lighting and small appliance circuits, and they come in various amperage ratings, such as 15 amps, 20 amps, and 30 amps. The selection of the appropriate snap switch depends on the load it will be controlling. For example, a lighting circuit wired with 14 American wire gauge conductors, which has an ampacity of 15 amps, should be protected by a 15 amp circuit breaker and use 15 amp rated snap switches. Similarly, a circuit wired with 12 American wire gauge conductors with an ampacity of 20 amps should use 20 amp rated snap switches. It is important to avoid using undersized snap switches, as this can lead to overheating and premature failure. The National Electrical Code provides guidance on the selection and installation of snap switches. In addition to the amperage rating, the voltage rating of the snap switch is also important. Snap switches are typically rated for 120 volts or 277 volts. The voltage rating must be equal to or greater than the voltage of the circuit on which the switch is being used. Using a snap switch with an inadequate voltage rating can lead to arcing and insulation breakdown, potentially causing a fire. The installation of snap switches should be performed by qualified electricians who are familiar with the National Electrical Code requirements. The switches should be properly mounted in electrical boxes and securely connected to the circuit conductors. The wiring connection should be tight and properly insulated to prevent short circuits. Snap switches should also be protected from physical damage. It is important to avoid installing them in locations where they are likely to be struck or damaged. In such locations, it may be necessary to use a protective cover or guard. Regular inspection and maintenance of snap switches can help to ensure their continued safe operation. The switches should be checked periodically for loose connections, cracks, and other signs of damage. Any damaged switches should be replaced immediately. By following these guidelines, you can ensure the safe and reliable operation of snap switches within a 400 amp panel. Remember, electrical safety is paramount, and it is always best to consult with qualified professionals for any electrical work. In conclusion, the proper configuration of a 400 amp service panel involves careful consideration of the National Electrical Code requirements, including overcurrent protection, grounding, bonding, working space, lighting, ventilation, and snap switch selection. By adhering to these requirements and consulting with qualified professionals, you can ensure a safe, reliable, and compliant electrical system. The National Electrical Code serves as the cornerstone of electrical safety, providing a framework for the safe installation and operation of electrical systems. By staying informed and following the code, you can protect people and property from electrical hazards and ensure the long-term reliability of your electrical system.